everyone, and welcome to our GWPN Her Story in Action. Thank you for joining us, whether you are joining virtually, online right now, live, or maybe you're watching this recording after the fact. We're so glad to have all of you here. We have some amazing women to hear from this evening. Actually, we have a special program today. We're going to have two type of awards that we're going to be conferring this evening: the Global Women's Peace Ambassador Award, and as well as the Her Story Award. So I just wanted to start off by sharing a little bit more. I know we had the video gives a little bit of an idea of Women's Federation and also the Global Women's Peace Network, but I just want to give a little bit more about what the GWPN, Global Women's Peace Network, and these awards are all about. First, the Global Women's Peace Network is a global network of peace leaders representing religious, racial, ethnic diversity of our human family and all disciplines of human endeavor. The members and all the women leaders who are part of this network we stand on the common ground of shared values and are committed to the path of promoting reconciliation, overcoming barriers, and building peace. There are many amazing women who are doing amazing things and work in so many different fields. Through the Global Women's Peace Network, we want to connect more, work together more, hear more from each other, and support each other as women. Because when we support each other and work together, we can accomplish great and amazing things. We bring together leaders, organizations, and governments to solve pressing social issues. And the goal is to secure an environment for equitable human development, lasting peace, sustainable peace, and a better future for our global human family. So we're going to be uplifting and honoring some amazing women leaders who have been walking the walk for many years. And so we can cheer them on. And we can also hear from them, hear their stories, their wisdom, and what they've learned and gained. And so the first award is the Global Women's Peace Ambassador Award. This is actually an international, Women's Federation International award that is given to amazing and special women leaders. The Global Women's Peace Ambassadors are joining a global network of women who are who have been dedicating their lives and their investment, their hearts to society, building a community of peace, through the principles of living for the sake of others. The award honors the achievements and service of individuals that they are giving for the benefit of others. Here in the US, we also have the Her Story Awards, which is usually what we hold during this virtual program every quarter. Throughout history, we hear about his story, right? But through this award, we want to also highlight and reveal her story, the stories of women and how we have given and invested in unique ways, using our talents, our abilities, our unique qualities and characteristics. And, if any women leader who is working and investing herself for others, there's going to be a lot of challenges. There's going to be a lot of difficulty, a lot of glass ceilings to break through. So we also, through this award, we want to honor that path that, we're not just honoring, wow, you accomplished something great and you're so amazing, but also it took a lot to get here. And that's what we also want to recognize today. So we have some amazing women. We have 4 women we're going to be honoring tonight and hearing from. So open your hearts, open your minds to hearing what they have to say. They have so much wisdom and experience. And, they each only get to share about 5 to 7 minutes. It's not enough to share everything. They have so much more. It's like we only get to see the tip of the iceberg, but even that is just so valuable and so precious. So with that, without further ado, I'm going to move to our first awardee. We are going to be giving the Global Women Peace Ambassador Award to Dr. Isabel Vladoiu. She is the founder and chairwoman of the U.S. Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights. So let me just read her bio here. She is an international human rights law specialist, nonprofit leader, and diplomatic protocol expert. She is the founder of the U.S. Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights, and has over a decade of experience in human rights education, global security, and NGO diplomacy. She has trained more than 20,000 individuals, amazing, including policymakers, government officials, and international leaders on topics such as human rights, human trafficking prevention, DEI, and diplomacy. Her work has involved collaboration with major global institutions like the United Nations, UNICEF, World Bank, UNESCO, and the Organization of American States. Dr. Vladiou has received recognition from two U.S. presidents, the President's Volunteer Service Award and the Lifetime Achievement Award, along with commemorations from legislators and NGOs. She is also an author of two Amazon best-selling books and serves as editor-in-chief of the Global Ambassadors Journal. So go look her up in Amazon, check out her books. In diplomacy, she is known for her expertise in protocol and etiquette, serving as the lead instructor at US IDHR and acting as a liaison between embassies and various sectors. She also has been recognized for her contributions to economic diplomacy and represented messages from the leaders such as John Kerry at international forums. Additionally, she is an established nonprofit coach, helping entrepreneurs launch and grow organizations through her Accelerator nonprofit program. Her academic credentials include a doctorate in global security and two Master of Laws degrees. Amazing woman. We're going to hear from her. Before we go into that, we wanted to hear from the woman who nominated Dr. Vladiou. So we're going to bring up Elizabeth Ahe, who's the chairwoman of the Women's Federation DC chapter. And she met this woman personally and said, I need to get her on the international stage. So let's hear a little personal note. Elizabeth. Oh no, we can't hear you, Elizabeth.
Hello, good
There we
evening.
go.
My name is Elizabeth. I am the chairperson for Women's Federation DC chapter. I first heard about Dr. Isabella through one of our church members who attended one of the courses. I think it was international business protocol or something like that. He said so much about her and what kind of a leader she is, and he encouraged me and he wanted me to attend one of courses. But it was in February this year when I met her. I attended a conference, which was a 2-day conference on United for Human Rights. So just before our tour to the Capitol Hill, I was able to speak to her. We took a picture, spoke to her, and asked her if I could visit her and, share. Without hesitation, she said yes. And then the second day, she was one of the trainers. That's where I saw a passion, for the mission. It's a mission for her, it's not just, it's a mission. So, when she was giving a presentation, we're drawn in, really drawn in, and, everybody just attentive and wanted, the presentation to go on and on. And then after the presentation, we went for a walk for human rights to the White House. And then again, I spoke to her and he reminded her, like, oh, I'll come and visit you, I'd like to share. I also want to appoint you, as a story awardee so that you can share your story behind, the success. and she was supposed to be, nominated, uh, awarded in March, but she had another commitment. She was in Chicago, she couldn't make it. Then we arranged for this one. As you heard from her bio, she has done a lot. She has impacted a lot of people. But I will share just two areas on humanitarian initiatives, which, so many align to what we do as Women Federation for World Peace. The first one is the education program she has. This one, they give opportunities to, children in the low income areas to be able to have access to education. They provide a lot of materials to make sure these children can go, and attend school. This one also resonated with me because Women Federation for World Peace, we have schools in Africa we support. And last year, I was able to go to Rwanda. 7 of us went to Rwanda, and we were able to see, the impact we've given to these students. We visited the homes, some of the students, but also we were able to teach English to these students. But just to see the zeal and determination of these young people, some of them, they live on the mountain, but every day they have to go down, the hill, the mountain to go to school, walk 1 hour, and also we heard testimonies from these young people and those who graduated. So to see that, and also to see what Dr. Isabella is doing, really connected me, and I felt, I really need to know more about this lady. And then the other point is, human trafficking, which is a big problem worldwide. This one for me, it brings me home because my niece, my younger brother's daughter, she went missing. She was only 6 in 2013. Up to now, she has never been found. So to see what Dr. Isabel and the team are doing worldwide, it's remarkable because they're changing lives. They're making awareness for people to know the signs, of human trafficking. You know, she to give the voice even to women and children who don't have the voice. To advocate for human rights. We have these rights, but we don't use them, or we don't know them. So, all what she does, impacting people's lives, changing people's lives, and not just say, you know, sh- talking on diplomacy and this and that, but she's educating and training other people to be human rights consultants, to be the voice in their countries. This really moved me. And that's why today I thought it's a good, opportunity to celebrate her, for her to share her story. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for sharing even your personal connection and story a little bit. Without further ado, let us welcome Dr. Isabel Vladoiu to share a little bit about her story. She's coming. Here you are.
Hello,
Please
Dr.
go
Han.
ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me tonight, Elizabeth. bless your heart. I'm so emotional right now. I'm so nervous. Thank you so much, Dr. Connery. Thank you to the Women's Federation for this award and for putting me a little bit on the spotlight tonight. As I feel Elizabeth was mentioning some things that really touch my heart, and they're really true about me. I started on this journey, um, and in team with tonight's Her Story Award in action is I was just girl from a small town in Eastern Europe with a big dream, and I've dedicated my entire life to go to law school and get a law degree and become a lawyer. I thought that by doing that, I will be able to impact people, or I'll be able to help people. I was raised by my grandparents, born immediately after the fall of communism in my country, in Romania, where being raised by grandparents who lived 45 years in communism, I could still feel the remnants of that era. Um, I've heard stories from parents who went to jail, fathers who went to jail just because they had long hair, for example. I've seen an orange when I first was 6 years old because oranges were import goods, they were not readily available there. And then I witnessed a democracy, a country being born. As a young woman, I've seen both the bad sides and the good sides of a country. The good was putting together the laws, the constitution, the civil code, and the penal code. Now, the bads, as Elizabeth was mentioning, a lot of my friends and neighbors were going missing also, because what happened in that era is that a lot of their parents, including mine, abandoned their kids the moment when the country opened their doors and people could freely move. We were left behind, and then sometimes we will fall into traps. And the reason why I was able to keep my journey, keep on moving, was education. My grandparents taught me that everything that you can do in life, you can do it better if you are educated about it. For example, you will not be doing drugs if you are educated about the dangers of drugs. You will prevent from being human trafficked if you understand how human trafficking operates and how you can spot the dangers, the early dangers of human trafficking. And those things kind of like set with me without me realizing it in my subconscious. I was just following my dream, went to law school. I was convinced I'm going to become a lawyer. And later on in life, when I moved to the States and took the bar exam, I realized that, well, is me being a lawyer actually going to make such an impact in the world? By that time, I started to do human rights advocacy in my community. I started impacting everyone that I knew. I started talking with everyone. I started teaching 9 years old, 10 years old. I was doing a lot of events and conferences at the university. And then I got selected at the United Nations to be a youth delegate for the Youth for Human Rights International Summit at the UN, where I met many other youth leaders from all over the world, each one of them having an inspiring story. Later on, I started on advocating for human rights and consulting for human rights and creating this whole profession out of it. Many books or Google, or if you're searching out there on the internet, it's telling you how can you actually work in human rights. And most of the journey or the roadmap they provide you out there is go to law school, get a law degree, and then maybe you'll get a job at the UN, or maybe you're going to do that. Now, I'm the type of person that doesn't wait for the government, the UN, or anyone else to do something that I believe I can do. So I said, there must be a better way. There must be something else, because it cannot be true in the 21st century that you have to go to law school to know your human rights. Everyone should have access to that. So, just reading up the Universal Declaration of Human Rights stood up to me just before the first article, the preamble of the Declaration, says very clearly out there, through teaching and education, we can achieve human rights. Okay, so that put me on a different path than I was dreaming up to that point. And I understood that the reason I believed in education so much is because I wanted to change other people's life through education. And that's the reason why I founded the US Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights with this dream and having in mind the idea that the same way that somebody can be a profession, for example, you have business consultants, financial consultants that help people or businesses to implement specific things or advise them on business and finances. Why can we not have a human rights consultant? Is the fact that somebody goes to law school and becomes a lawyer really giving that knowledge to the person, to the lawyer, to help a company implement human rights? Not really, because even in law school, you do not learn human rights. It's mostly optional, right? So you learn civil procedure, penal, many other subjects, but human rights, it's only if you really want to learn that, right? So I created this entire profession about human rights consultants with the dream that anyone, not only they need to know about human rights, but they can impact other people's lives. And as my bio was saying, up to this point, we've trained over 20,000 people in 125 countries. Now, these people that we trained in human rights, human trafficking prevention, diplomatic protocol, and etiquette, they become leaders in their own societies, right? So, for example, many of our students, a few of our students are advisors for heads of state. Some of our students become leaders in their human rights commissions in their states or in their countries, and so forth. Others have created their own nonprofit organizations. Others have, gotten jobs or promotions at the UN and other organizations like that. What that tells us is that a person who has come to this country, like me, young girl, not knowing anyone, just having this big dream that I can impact people, says a lot. It says that if I was able to do it, then anyone else can do it. And I've never been afraid of teaching others do what I can do. Because in this world, in the nonprofit sector, in the humanitarian industry, there's no competition. We do not compete with each other. We empower each other, especially women among each other, but also organizations such as the Women's Federation, such as USIDHR. We work together for what? For humanity. This is what motivates us. This is what makes me wake up every single day. And I might sound at times off because I've been traveling the past few weeks through Europe, so I'm a little bit jet lagged at this hour. But I just want you to know that when I'm telling you this, I speak from my heart. What I've created, I couldn't even have envisioned probably in the beginning that this is where we are going to get the US Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights. We are going to impact people in 125 countries. We are going to have tens of thousands of people who have this desire to help other people. But that says that one person at a time who believes in change, who believes that something can be done about it, then you don't have to wait for somebody else to do it, for the governments of your own country or for international organizations. You can be that person little by little. And it might seem like a little drop in the ocean, but believe me, all these little drops help. That's how I met Elizabeth. That's how I meet lots of the people that I'm working with on a daily basis, because I'm sharing my passion, I'm sharing my heart with them, and my staff is definitely helping them as well. getting on these courses, getting on these classes. But it's not about that, because I'm not doing these for, like providing just the chance to educate somebody, but because we train the trainers, we help other people become and get the keys to an entire profession like that, so that they can go out there and help others. It's a multiplying effect, if you want to call it like that. It's I feel like my mission and God and just has put this skill into me and passion for teaching others, to be able to make other people realize that their potential is much much bigger. So if you're just tuning in right now, or you're listening to this video on in the recording, uh, this might be the sign that you've been waiting for, to get out there and make that change, that you really believe in it. And you might have felt like, I don't know where to start, or I don't know how to do it, or anything like that. Just reach out to the World's Women's Federation, reach out to us at USIDHR, and we can support you. We can provide you not only like with similar stories of people who have succeeded in this field, but also give you that knowledge that you need to go out there and start helping other people. Thank you so much again. It's an honor for me to accept this award. Thank you, Dr. Connery and the Women's Federation. Thank you, Elizabeth, for nominating me. And congratulations to the entire team for putting this event together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I could definitely say that we feel your heart. I love hearing about, I feel your courage and your passion for just making a difference in the world. You chose this particular, profession and this, what you're doing, but the heart is just, I want to make a difference. I want to make a change. And I think you are. It seems like you are. And that's what we're here to acknowledge tonight. So let us bring up this virtual award, and we will mail it to you as well afterwards. But let us do this. We're having a little bit of technical problems with Restream, but we'll get there. Um, yeah. I also love what you said about the
Thank
power
you.
of education. Yeah, education. When you know that a better future is possible, that opens up so much. So, this
Thank
is
you.
for Dr. Isabel Vladoiu, recipient of the Global Women's Peace Ambassador Award. On behalf of co-founders Dr. Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, Women's Federation for World Peace International proudly honors Dr. Isabel Vladoiu as a Global Women's Peace Ambassador for her outstanding impact. United by shared values, we welcome Dr. Isabel Vladoiu to the network of the Global Women's Peace Ambassadors who champion reconciliation, break barriers, and build lasting peace. And this is signed by our international president, Moriko Hori, president of Women's Federation North America, and myself, Women's Federation USA president. So let us all give her a virtual round of applause. And thank you so much. And we usher you on to a greater and better and more impact in the future.
Thank you so much, Dr. Connery, and I'm looking forward to continuing our collaboration and partner or on any other projects. Thank you.
Yes, for sure. We will hear more from you. All right. So our next awardee, we'll be giving, turning now to the Her Story Awards. We have three awardees tonight. Everyone, if you're watching, please pray for our technology to work out and work well. So our first awardee this evening is Tanil Zayas. She's a speaker, author, licensed Christian minister, and ambassador for peace. Let us look at her bio. Her life is a powerful reflection of resilience, healing, and purpose. From an early age, she faced significant adversity, surviving sexual abuse, growing up in severe poverty, and navigating the instability of a home impacted by addiction. These experiences expose her to deep trauma and broken systems, but they did not define her. Instead, Tanil made a courageous decision to pursue healing, wholeness, and the intentional breaking of generational cycles. Amazing already, and we're just getting started. Her journey did not come without continued challenges. Tanil has endured more than 13 surgeries, battled cancer, and survived a brain tumor. each experience requiring not only physical strength, but deep emotional and spiritual endurance. Through faith, self reflection, and intentional growth, she transformed her pain into purpose and her trials into a message of restoration. Today, Tennille is deeply committed to helping women find peace within themselves, heal from their past, and step fully into who they were created to be. She's the author of You're the One, Sis. Be powerful, be authentic, be you. Okay, so check that out on Amazon as well. And the founder of Nourish to Flourish, a growing community where women are supported in their journey toward healing, confidence, and intentional living. Tennille believes that when a woman is healed from within, she becomes a stabilizing force in her home and a powerful influence in her community. I just have to say amen to that. Absolutely. So, first, before we bring up our awardee, we're going to ask Ms. Bruna Allen. She's our chairwoman in Alabama, to give us a little personal note. Why are you nominating this amazing woman? Of course, we see it in the bio, but tell us a little on a personal level.
Sure. Good evening. My name is Bruna Allen. I'm leading the WFWP team in Alabama, and I have known Tennille from before I moved away from her state of California over 5 years ago. Tennille received actually a Parents Award for the charitable work she and her husband do. But the reason I have nominated her is that Tennille is, to me, a powerhouse of inspiration that she loves to share and does it naturally. I have witnessed over and over again through her sermons or speeches and advice to her group of women she meets online that authenticity and open honesty are the foundational qualities that drive her words. And they cause the listeners to be convicted and transformed. I can tell that her relationship with God is based on the same qualities. And it is because of that that Tennille can help struggling women, whom she is especially dedicated to dig deep into their souls, to unravel the tricks that the enemy of God uses to confuse them and rob them of their self-esteem. And then Tennille infuses, in her special way, real hope in their hearts and resolve in their minds that they can overcome even serious addictions and become whole. So I commend Tennille for her tenacious faith. No matter what adversity has come her way, she has looked at each instance as an opportunity to grow herself, identify the lesson hidden in her pain and suffering, and then making it available for the benefit and growth of others. And recently, she has published a book, also, as you heard, for women that comprises the wisdom that she has accumulated. So I'm so excited to honor Tennille and hear from her tonight. Welcome, Tennille.
Hi, Bruna. Thank you so much, everybody. It is such a pleasure to be here. I am truly honored to receive this award, and I want to just take a moment to just thank the Global Women's Peace Network and the Women's Federation, not only for this award, but ultimately for creating a space that celebrates the power of women's voices and their experiences. I want to give a very special thank you to Bruna Allen for seeing me and for valuing my journey and nominating me. I think you are a beautiful example of God's grace and love in action. As mentioned in my bio, my journey has come with its share of challenges. But tonight, for me, it's not about the struggles I've faced, it's about the purpose that came from them. And I hope that in these next couple of minutes that I have with you guys, it encourages you to maybe shift your perspective on some of the challenges that you've been faced with to see that there is something good that can come from it. I ground myself in the Word of God. And one of the scriptures that have helped me through some of the darkest times of my life has been found in the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 11. And that says that we overcome by the words of our testimony. And to me, our testimony is ultimately our story. So this award means a lot to me because what I've recognized is that we all have a story that we can use to empower others. I am a firm believer that we are not created and we are definitely not called to be spectators in life. I think we're all called to be instruments of change, no matter what we've been through. And that means for me that every challenge, every pain, every problem, it all comes with a lesson. And those lessons carry within them an opportunity for growth and for transformation, and most importantly, for impact. And so tonight, I just want to remind every woman in this space that no matter what you're faced with, you are already 100% equipped to meet that challenge. Everything you need to face whatever you're confronted with is already within you. And I am a firm believer in my closing that, life is short. And before we know it, it will pass. And so we must look beyond ourselves, beyond our fears, beyond our own comfort, and lean into the opportunities that we are presented with to create real change. And we do that through being honest, being open, being transparent, and allowing our story, no matter how traumatic or challenging it may be, to be put out into the world so that others can recognize that they are not alone, that they have someone in their corner that too has faced challenges and has endured, and beyond enduring has experienced great victory in being able to take even those things that may have been challenging and traumatic and turn them around and use them for good. That was one of the things that I decided at a very young age, was that I was not going to allow the things that I had made my way through and the things that I suffered to win. I decided that I was going to be determined to find a way to use those things for good. And the reality is, as I began to share my story and push past my own shame, I found great community and great healing, not only for myself, but for others who maybe didn't have the strength to, get on a video and share their story, or, just get into whatever platform and be heard. So I ultimately just want to encourage you all to know that you have the power, you have the strength. And as I said in the book, you are the one, sis. You are the one that is going to save the day. You are the one that is going to turn everything around, and you are fully equipped to do that. So thank you, everyone, again, for this award. I truly feel blessed and appreciate it very much so.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tennille, for sharing a little bit of your story and your wisdom. I love it. We're not spectators, but we're instruments of change, and we can decide what kind of change do we want to make: a positive, impactful, beautiful change, or the opposite. And even, I feel, there's just so much depth that is there in you. And I'm going to check out your book, because I feel like there's so much more that you can say, and you have to say, and you have said. And even the terrible things, the shame, the trauma, can be utilized for good with that determination. And I hear like the faith, and not going to let things get us down, life and difficulty. Okay, so I'll just keep going. Let's give this award. So let us bring up this virtual award, which we will mail to you as well. This is the HerStory Award. It is proudly presented to Tennille Finister Zayas on this day, April 25th, 2026, in recognition of your resilience, faith, and commitment to healing and empowering women. Through your courage and lived example, you have transformed adversity into purpose, helping others find inner peace, restore identity, and build lives of strength, authenticity, and lasting impact. We honor you as a peace leader who lives by the logic of love. Signed by Kayleigh Moffitt, our president of Women's Fed North America, and myself. So let us all congratulate Tennille for her amazing work and accomplishments, and we send you off to continue, and we're looking forward to working together more and connecting in the future. Yes. All right. So with that, we are going to move to our third award, our third awardee, our second HerStory awardee. This is Loretta Rivers. She is the Director of Family Services of the Greater Middlesex and Morris Habitat for Humanity. That is in my backyard in New Jersey. So let us bring up her bio. Learn a little bit more about her and her work. She is a dedicated leader whose life and work reflect a deep commitment to service, integrity, and community impact. For more than 2 decades, she has devoted her career to strengthening communities through housing advocacy, nonprofit leadership, and public service, consistently working to create opportunities that uplift individuals and families. Her work has centered on helping families move from uncertainty to stability. Through her leadership with Habitat for Humanity and other community organizations, Loretta has guided families on the path to home ownership, providing not only access to resources, but the education, support, and partnerships needed to build long term security and generational wealth. In addition to her professional work, Loretta serves as an elected member of the Piscataway Board of Education, where she leads with transparency, accountability, and a strong focus on equity and access. She is committed to ensuring that all students and families have the support and opportunities they need to succeed. Her impact extends beyond her titles. Loretta is passionate about mentoring emerging leaders, collaborating with community partners, and advocating for policies that improve the quality of life for underserved communities. She leads by example, demonstrating that meaningful change happens when we remain committed to service and intentional about creating pathways for others. So Loretta is Rivers is actually we wanted to be able to honor her in our New Jersey Her Story Awards back in March, but unfortunately the timing didn't work out. We already had everyone secured, but I said, you know what? We have our virtual award coming up, so we have to honor this amazing lady. For myself, I had a brief interaction with Habitat for Humanity when I was young in Trinidad. We volunteered with a bunch of youth, and I just always loved the mission and the work of Habitat for Humanity. And so let us hear first from Loretta Rivers. Tell us your story.
Hello, thank you so much, and thank you for honoring me here. I am in another event, but I had to take this call in this virtual award today. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, and if I can share, I just want to say thank you and good evening, and I'm truly honored and deeply humbled the Women's Federation for World Peace Her Story Award. To be recognized to get to where you want to be. And my stories don't reflect, it reflects resilience, faith, and the power of my community. Also, like to acknowledge the other awardees tonight, and their work is extraordinary. And while I feel that I do not need to stand next to them in the same category, I just stand beside women committed to doing the service and to doing everything every day what they do best, and others here in New Jersey. Um, I want to share my space with you because it's not action. It's one of constant preservation. Um, I am 50 plus, but over 30 years. At 30 years old, I made the decision that I would change my life. Back to school at that time, and I
Looks like we're having some technical challenges. Unfortunately, yeah, I think we'll have to move on. Uh, I hope she can come back and finish her story. Yeah, I think it just might be some internet connection. Oh, here you are. You're back. Oh, okay. No, there you are.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
your internet might be unstable, but
Oh my.
please, please continue. We heard you changed the trajectory of your life, and you decided, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you did hear a lot. Thank you so much. So I did change the trajectory of my life, and I wanted to change it for my children. And not, for example, I wanted to get them set. As a child, I had a very rooted family life, and I wanted my children to have the same. And there were nights when I started going back to school, and there were nights filled with exhaustion. And for two small children, you just had to live. But there was also determination. There's a lot of determination, and I had a tribe. I had my twin sister who just kept me.
Hmm. Unfortunately, everyone, I'm very sorry. It seems like um, the the technology is not working in our favor tonight. Um, yeah, I wish we could finish the story. Maybe if it gets a little bit more stable later. Oh, there you are back.
Well, I can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're back again.
Yeah, I must apologize for my connection. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit quicker. Unfortunately, I would love to tell my whole story, but I earned with my two children. I earned my and I could even further to earn a second degree, and not because it was easy, but because I understood what it meant to create opportunity where I didn't have it before. But my story doesn't end there, because once you have lived through struggle, you have experienced what it's mean to be unheard and unseen. You carry responsibility, and I carry the responsibility, and I wanted to reach back. That is why I work as a housing advocate. I didn't just want to succeed; I wanted to serve, and I love serving, and I wanted to stand in the gap for families where I once was, families who facing housing insecurity, individuals navigating just systems that can feel very overwhelming at times and unforgiving. And I wanted to be that person needing that person that needed during my hardest days. And I wish I had that person. Today, I have the privilege of helping others achieve.
We'll just give it a moment. She'll come back. Well, I hope for all of our audience, you can still catch a lot of the very deep and meaningful points that she's been sharing. She's been able to share, even though it's in pieces. But for myself, I'm hearing that she had a very rooted family life, but also she faced difficulties, and wanting to provide something for others, the things that she did have, but also the things that she didn't have and would have wanted in her most difficult times. And that's just very amazing. It's unfortunate that the technology is not working, but we'll hear more from Loretta Rivers in the future. And I'm looking forward to hopefully connecting in New Jersey and maybe providing a local opportunity to hear more from her. So this Her Story Award is proudly presented to Loretta Rivers on this day, April 25th, 2026, in recognition of your leadership, integrity, and steadfast commitment to public service. Through your work in housing advocacy, education, and community engagement, you have strengthened families, expanded opportunity, and advanced equity across the communities you serve. We honor you as a peace leader who lives by the logic of love. Signed by Kaylee Moffitt and myself. So everyone, let us virtually give a round of applause for Loretta Rivers and give our encouragement and our cheers for continuing. I'm sure she's going to continue with this passion and dedication to help those who need that stability in their life through stable housing and a place for their families to grow and live and love. So thank you, Loretta Rivers. It's unfortunate, but we're still very grateful. I'm very grateful we got to hear as much as we could from her. And last but not least, we are going to turn to our final Her Story awardee. This is a long time coming. This is, of course, we got the nomination for Fanny Smith. And for those of you who know Women's Federation, Fanny Smith has given so much in Women's Federation and also in her community. And I was surprised. What? Fanny doesn't have a Her Story award. We got to remedy that. So let us first, we'll read her bio. Fanny Smith is a global leader, minister, and advocate whose life reflects a deep commitment to service, faith, and the advancement of women and families. Born in Chicago and a devoted mother of two, she balanced the responsibilities of work and family while pursuing her education, earning an associate degree in business and later a bachelor's degree from Loyola University Chicago through an employee scholarship program. From an early age, Fanny's spiritual foundation and passion for teaching shaped her path as a champion for human justice and equality, with a particular focus on women and children. Today, she is recognized internationally as a peace ambassador, representing diverse communities and cultures with a message rooted in unity and service. Her leadership spans numerous roles within the Women's Federation for World Peace, where she has served as Schools of Africa coordinator, a role which she had fulfilled with a lot of enthusiasm and so much passion. She has been a board member, Midwest coordinator as well. She has worked alongside influential organizations such as the Rainbow Push Coalition under the leadership of Reverend Jesse L. Jackson Sr., as well as the American Clergy Leadership Conference, Power of Women, and the National Coalition of Negro Women. Guided by her faith and inspired by a vision of building a peaceful and sustainable world, Fanny continues to lead with compassion, humility, and purpose. So before we bring up Fanny Smith, we are going to hear from the woman who nominated her, finally submitted that nomination. And this is our very own Irmgard Baines, Women's Federation member, also in my neck of the woods in New Jersey, and also a Women's Federation board member. So please, Irmgard, tell us a little more personally about Fanny.
Okay, good evening to everyone. And yes, I met Minister Fanny Smith in 2012 in our work in Women's Federation. I got to know her as a woman with a passionate heart and a woman who is proud of her African heritage. I love how she shows this in how she carries herself, how she dresses in her beautiful outfits with African cultural designs. Yes, how we dress makes a difference. However, most of all, I nominated her because of investing her talents and skills for the cause to uplift women to their best potential in many of her professional work and volunteer investments, and her efforts to improve the education opportunities in Africa, a cause of my own heart. I also remember that she joined a medical mission trip with our Women's Federation member, Evelyn, who lived in Florida. This medical mission trip was to Haiti, and they conquered a lot of challenges in that country. So, but I'm especially grateful and proud that I can call her my soul sister. As she uplifted others, she does that also to me. I'm so grateful that she's awarded today with the Her Story Award. Congratulations, dear Fanny. That's it, Katarina.
Maybe mute and unmute. Try again. Let's do this old school style. I'm going to try to call your phone and you can speak on the phone. Fanny, do you have your cell phone with you? Oh no.
Hi.
Oh, our technical problems are.
Your call has been forwarded.
Uh-oh. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. We can't hear you. Oh no, oh no. Do you have your cell phone with you, Fanny? Am I calling the right number? Oh, I shouldn't show that. Sorry. Can you call me? Give me a call. I'm gonna put this in the private chat here, not publicly. I got the wrong number. Okay. Or me, if you can text her my number, give me a call. And I can just hold the phone up on the speaker. Yeah, give me a call. Yumi, can you give her my number? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am good.
Well, good.
Okay.
There's an echo.
There is an echo. Can you mute yourself on Restream? All right, hold on.
You want me to go back and click on the I don't know. All right. Okay, is this better? This is better?
Yes.
Okay, this is better. Okay. So we're good to go? Oh, okay. What are these?
There's an echo still.
A little?
There's an echo.
I turned down the volume.
Okay, well, we are live here.
All right. It's good. Can you still hear me now? Okay. All right. Let me get my little piece here. All righty. Well, this is indeed crazy. Okay. Good evening and thank you. Oh, this is. Should we continue, Katerina?
I don't know. It feels like there's just an echo.
Yeah, there it is.
Can you try to say a sentence?
Can I do what?
All right. Yep, the echo is still there. I don't think it's going to work. All right. Well, I'm so sorry, Fanny.
Okay. Can we, I did it, I think, a week or so ago. We can try another time and I can get my little few words and we put a picture up somewhere or we wait or what do you want to do?
Well, let me continue since this is live and then we'll connect on what we can do after. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
It's a little better now. The echo.
Okay.
I don't know what else to do here.
You want to try again?
Yeah. Good evening and thank you, President Katerina, Kaylee, and Yumi, and to those who helped make this event materialize. My family and friends who have blessed me with your presence tonight by any means possible. To our founders of Women's Federation for World Peace. Katerina, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's not going to work. All right, let's move on. We'll virtually give you the award and we'll connect after.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough.
I'm sorry.
It seems to be that night.
This is the night. Okay. All right, I'm on the thing, so I got to get going.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so this is the night for technical challenges. We'll find a way to hear Fanny's story and what she prepared and how her heart. But we are giving this HerStory Award proudly presented to Minister Fanny Smith on this day, April 25th, 2006, in recognition of your faith-driven leadership and unwavering commitment to serving others through your advocacy and global outreach. You have advanced peace, empowered women, and created lasting impact across generations. We honor you as a peace leader who lives by the logic of love. This is signed by Kayla Moffitt and myself. So let us please give a huge round of applause to Fanny Smith, even though we didn't get a chance to hear from her tonight more in detail. I'm apologize to everyone for all the technical challenges we faced this evening. But I still feel it was a wonderful and amazing experience together for even the little tidbits that we were able to hear here and there, and also from our first two awardees. I feel that it's just so amazing to hear from these amazing women leaders who are pouring into others I'm always so shocked. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be shocked because I work with women every day, but it's just so inspiring to hear how women are just giving of themselves so freely and so completely, to make the world a better place, to help other women be better, to help families be better, to help our communities, and ultimately our nation and world to be a more beautiful and a peaceful place. We see on the news all the time all the problems in the world, all the things that just can bring us down and make us feel like there's no hope in the future. But when we hear stories like these, I feel like it's clear that there is a more peaceful and more beautiful future ahead of us, as long as we can continue to give these women and other women the support they need to continue their work. They're just giving their passion and their compassion and their courage and everything of themselves, for their communities and for the world. So we thank them, we honor them, and our announcements for tonight, I would like to especially invite everybody to become a member of Women's Federation. If you're not a member already, you can go to our website, wfwp.us/membership, or you can scan the QR code that has appeared on your screen. The membership really fuels our activities locally and nationally. There are many amazing projects and programs that we hold every quarter, every month, every year to uplift, empower, and awaken women to our true feminine and divine value, and encourage all of the women in our lives to make an impact wherever they are. So thank you for those of you who are inspired to become a member. There are also wonderful perks and benefits of becoming a member to help you and empower your life as well. So with that, we're going to close, and thank you again for your patience with our technical challenges, and thank you also for your kind attention and your encouragement this evening. And with that, I conclude. Good night.